Hello, lovelies. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Underneath Her Skin. I am so happy to have you. Today, I will be talking about depression, a topic that we all go through from time to time. However, sometimes we do not know exactly what to say to a person who is feeling depressed, and sometimes we don't even know what to say to ourselves to help us get through our depression. So today, I'll be sharing with you 10 tips or 10 advice that you can share with someone who is feeling sad or going through depression. Before we continue, please, if you are new to this channel, like, subscribe, and share this video so that it will definitely help someone. Here at Underneath Her Skin, I definitely talk with people about things that they go through in silence. And I also talk about topics like this, depression, to kind of help the community build and to share in our challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis. Thank you so much. So if you are new, please take this moment to go ahead and subscribe. Okay. So today, as I mentioned, I'm going to be talking about depression. And you know, this may vary from people to people, but according to psychiatry.com, depression is a common or serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you act, and the way you think. And I know oftentimes, especially I have gone through depression before, and I know when I'm in that space, it's as if nothing else matters. It's as if I feel as though I'm going to be there for a while. And because that's what my thoughts are saying to me. So today, the 10 tips or advice that I'll be sharing with you are some things that I just want you to think about when you're feeling this way, and also to share it with someone who you know may need this as well. So tip number 1, and I will definitely be posting these in the description box so that you'll be able to go back to it. You can read it over and over again, and you know, at your leisure, anything that's beneficial for you. So something that if I was depressed, or if I know someone who's depressed, these are 10 things that I would share with them to help them feel better, to help them get through the process quicker, to help them understand that it's just a temporary situation that we're in. So, you know, it's not going to last always. So this is just words of encouragement. Tip number 1, you're doing a great job handling everything you have going on. Pause for a moment and recognize how incredible that is. And this is, you know, this is very, very important, because in the middle of it, it's like everything is going haywire, and you don't know that even though you may be feeling sad or you may be feeling low, you're still an incredible person. Your feelings in that moment does not take away for who you are, and it doesn't even define who you are. So don't stay there. Definitely do not stay there. Tip number 2. I have been there, and believe me, it will get better. I am here for you. You don't have to talk, or we can if you want to. You are more than your depressed thoughts or feelings. I love you. And I think this is very profound for someone to know that they are more than their thoughts, their depressed thoughts or feeling, because sometimes those feelings take over you, and you feel like that's it, there's nothing else. But try your best to stay away from those negative thoughts, because they are not real and they do not define you, okay? I had to write these down because I would not remember them all at once. So tip number 3, your worth is more than your thoughts or feelings. So this basically goes in with tip number 2. But understand that your worth is far above what you're thinking in the depressed time right now and how you're feeling. Your worth is far above that. Tip number 4 through tip number 8, I would say this is from the depressionproject.com. And this is also a website that I will definitely link in the description box, because I find that this website is very helpful, and it could be a very good tool for individuals who are suffering and going through depression at this time. So it says, I am proud of you for still being here. I know it's not easy fighting through the painful symptoms of depression, but you're doing an amazing job. Tip number 5. I love you so much, even on your darkest days. I am so grateful to have you in my life. Please never think that you're a burden to me because you are so far from it. Tip number 6. You are so much more than your mind is telling you. I see you for the beautiful person that you are. If you can't see that in this moment, it doesn't mean that it is untrue. It just means that depression's lies are stronger than usual. I think that is very important to know because we tend to, for anyone who has been depressed, we tend to, in that moment, you tend to feel and take on those thoughts and those feelings. But just always try to remember they are temporary and they are not true. They are not true. The narrative, as my social work supervisor would say, what is the narrative that you're telling yourself? And you have to assess it and figure out if that's true or not. And when you are depressed, oftentimes it is not true. It is not true of who you are, where you've been, or where you're designed or destined to go. So do not believe your thoughts when you're in your depressed state. Tip number 7. Don't think you have to try and be anything else for me. It's okay to not be okay. Very important. You don't have to be the happy and fun one all the time. You are enough just the way you are. That is so beautiful. That is so reassuring and refreshing, and refreshing, I should say. Tip number 8. You have helped me so much over the years. Please don't feel guilty for receiving the same support during this difficult period. We are in this together. Absolutely. I am going to share with you a scripture that helps me a lot. And this is from Psalm 30, verse 5. And this is going to be tip number 9. And it says, for his anger endured but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I will tell you that throughout my time, whenever I remember when I started college in my earlier years when I just left home, and I'm so used to being a home person, being around my family and friends, and I left and I went over to school, and I suffered the worst depression of my life that eventually led me back home where I started being myself again. But in that moment, I will tell you that I was so not myself. I didn't feel like myself. I felt like I was out of my element. But these are things that helped me to know that the moment that I'm in will not last. To know that the thoughts that are going through my mind, they're not true. They will not last. They're but temporary. And that is always important to remember so that we can help each other and someone else along the way as they're going through something, depression. So one of the things as I was thinking about this, and I had this for about, I had this thought to do this video about 2 weeks now. And I would say to you that this song really, it was the first time I've heard this song that I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to play the song. I'm going to tell you the artist, and I'm going to read the words of the song to you. And I'm hoping that you can look it up and listen to this song and, let it sink into your soul, because this song really touched me. It really blessed me. And I'm hoping that it will do the same for you and uplift you during this time when you're in depression. And I do hope that this depression is not something that's going to last a long time. I know that we all get sad sometimes. However, if it's getting to the point where you're having thoughts of harm to yourself or even others, definitely seek out medical care. Go to the emergency room, let them know how you're feeling, and they will take it from there. Or call up a hotline where I can also post in this video as well, so that you can get assistance from someone, okay? So the song that I'm talking about is Where Do I Fit In? And this is by Justin Bieber. However, the song that I listened to, he also had Tori Kelly, Chandler Moore, and Judah Smith singing along with him. So I am going to read the words of the song that really touched me, and I'm really hoping that this helps you during this time. The word says, when the day is over and those thoughts set in, that's when I start to wonder, where do I fit in? But then you remind me that you're holding me tight. You say the past is behind me. It will be all right. And you say to me, it'll be all right. When I am all alone and fear is all I see, sitting in silence with these insecurities, it's then you remind me you're holding me tight and you love me completely, and you say to me, it will be all right. I know you're not a God out there hiding on mountains. You came right where I am, lost my way, but you found me. Like the rain in the dark on my ugliest days, you say that you'll always love me just the same. And when you remind me that you're holding me tight, you said the past is behind me and it will be all right. You say to me, it will be all right. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. It will be all right. I hear those words over and over. It will be all right. Go to sleep, my child. It will be all right. Sleep soundly, my child. It will be all right. I'm right here, my child. I won't go anywhere. You're in the palm of my hands. It will be all right. My arms are wrapped around you. It will be all right. While you sleep, I watch over you. It will be all right. I take care of your loved ones. Your future is in my hands. Your past is forgiven, my Lord. Your future is secure. I forgive you. It will be all right. I'm your friend that's closer than a brother. It will be all right. Sleep now, for when the morning comes, my mercies will be new. It will be all right. This song touched me, and I hope that this is something that's going to bless you also. And I'm hoping and praying that for anyone who's watching this, that if depression is there with you, know that it is temporary. It will not last always, and it will be all right. If you are at a point where you feel like you need help, you need medical attention, please reach out to your closest hospital or call someone. I will definitely place links to some numbers that you can call and get that assistance that you need. Thank you so much. And again, please share this video. I hope that it was touching to you. I hope that it will be helpful. 10 tips or advice that you can use to help someone who is going through depression. Thank you so much for being a part of the Underneath Her Skin family. I hope that you would definitely subscribe so that you can hear more or see more of my videos. And I definitely hope that whoever is suffering through depression will definitely be encouraged, and this will help you get through it. Thank you guys so much. And as always, I'm always happy to have you here at Underneath Her Skin. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.